from the True Crime Oracle that is conveying an issue with power supply. We've got a picture of a windmill, but we also have the beach card. So it does look to me like this could be an impact to a power grid and probably or possibly caused by a storm. Or it could be identifying the location with the beach. So maybe this is along a coast, but it does seem like this is going to be problematic or kind of like spawn some other issues. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of Wind Chime 10. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Happy Friday. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member and how to own one of your very own curious card. I can't even say it. Curious Karma's candles. I think I am going to get some new essential oil. Maybe I'll do a little poll and see what your opinions are, and try out a new scent. So we'll see how that goes. Hello, Hooks. How are you doing? Thank you for the star, Betty Boop. How you doing? Hello, Sunflowers. Happy Friday. Let's see what else we've got. I think we're going to start with the, hold on, it's in my mind, the William Blake Tarot. I got over 100 of these now, you guys. It's getting a little bit more challenging for me to do the like auto recall of what the name is. But they're in there. They're still there. What else do we have? Ooh, mystery. So this is the High Priestess. I've got the number 2. All right, so it looks like we have an investigation or something that just really doesn't make sense. We also have the Angel of Painting, and it says the graphic muse at the top. So we have an issue or an impact to the power supply somewhere on a beach, and it is due to excuse me, trying to solve for a question or a mystery that has to do with a woman. I don't normally specifically call out the gender because these are general readings and there could be multiple interpretations or, situations that it's reading on, but I think this is a woman. Probably because of the muse. I mean, you could be a muse if you're a guy, right? But I feel like this is a woman. So this could be like a cold case, or this could be that the mystery woman is the problem. Maybe they seem like they're innocent, but they really aren't. We have the 10 of Poetry and 9 of Science. 10 of Poetry would be connected to water signs. And wait a second. Hold on. Let me double check that. It might actually be Pentacles. And I don't want to read it wrong. This is one of the newer ones, guys. All right. Experiencing a feeling of spiritual elevation, profound existential gratitude, communion with elemental forces, and despair. So we have prophecy, despair, mystery. Oh, Lord. Okay. So someone predicted this problem. Someone called out that this was going to eventually happen, but no one took them seriously. So perhaps it's, how did this woman know what was going to happen? How did this power supply issue happen if there was a warning about it? So they predicted a problem or new details that no one could really explain about why things went south or why things have become problematic. Okay, so now I'm seeing Sean and Gus from Psych, the TV show. Well, I guess I have movies too, right? And it's weird because We have someone who's making a prophecy. We have the High Priestess and the prophecy card, which is interesting, saying something not great was going to happen. But if you recall, Sean in the show Psych, he wasn't actually psychic. He was extremely observant. And then he would do this thing. He'd be like, figuring it out. Hold on 1 second. You know, like make a little game of it. But he was just extremely observant. Okay, let's get some more details from the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. Hello, Carrie. How are you doing? Hello, Lemonade. What's up? Hello, what's up, Jamai? I hope you're having a good day. Two of Pentacles in the reverse, Seven of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles. All right. This prediction, this prophecy, is calling out someone else, saying, I know what you're planning, or I know what the end goal is. You may feel like you can, convince all these other people or fool all these other individuals that, your intentions are good, but I know what you're really doing. I'm on to you. Seven of Pentacles, Two of Cups in the reverse, Two of Wands in the reverse. There's a falling out, a breakup, a friendship that ends, a contract that is marked null and void, a business that splits. We might even see the Tower. I feel like there's some hard feelings here. Someone's a little butthurt. And with the Two of Wands in the reverse, I think this argument or this we don't get along with each other is pushing someone to do something rather unexpected. Well, sevens are clearly important because now we also have the Seven of Swords. We had the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, and now the Seven of Swords, which is a card that talks about dishonesty or lies. But what I like is that we have the Seven of Swords in the reverse, and I feel like this is because someone tries to lie or tries to obfuscate the truth, and this High Priestess energy is like, really? What's that saying? I don't know if I really want to say it on YouTube. Something about don't and then tell me that it's raining. This is someone who's saying, I know that's not rain. I'm not stupid. And calling out someone's real intentions or saying, if this gets any worse, I know exactly what they're going to do. So the goal seems to be, how can we make sure that we avoid this outcome? How can we make sure that this person doesn't have, the deciding vote or access to a building they shouldn't have access to? Temperance is an attempt to get some kind of accord or, we're on the same page, or don't we both want this business to be successful? So, let's do things right. But this King of Swords is giving me I'll make it seem like I want to find a way to make things work or that I am on board. But really, I'm just counting down the minutes until I can do what I want. Hello, Miranda. How you doing? Hello, Redbeard. Hello, Steven. Happy Friday. Hey, Tiana. Thank you. It's super comfy, too. Hello, lovely. How you doing? What else do we have? Four of Swords and the Three of Swords. Is someone going to jail? Not yet. Okay, I think this Four of Swords is more so saying we have someone who's working alone because they feel like they have to get some sort of revenge. We might have a person that has held a grudge for a very long time. A grudge. Just making up new words over here, you guys. But we have the Empress in the reverse, and I feel like this is saying we have betrayal or perhaps access provided to a person that's not taken very seriously. I would love to make an analogy to a public figure right now, but I'm not going to do that. This is just saying it's like maybe I shouldn't have worked with you. Maybe I shouldn't have, bought your product or advertised that. Um, this is kind of a silly analogy, but one of the episodes of Frasier that really stuck with me is when he was refusing to do an ad spot because he didn't agree with the advertiser. And I feel like it had something to do with insomnia or sleep. And he had a really pushy boss who was like, come on, you'll make lots of money. What's wrong with you? Just like do the ad spot. What's wrong? He's like, no, but I'm a doctor. And if I'm advising people to take something and I don't believe in it, or I know that it's not going to give them what they're looking for, then I'm a bad guy. Then I'm the bad person. So I think there is some issue with being honest about the circumstances or being honest about what someone is angling for. And this leads to some discord, or I don't know if I really want to be your friend. I don't know if I really want to work with you anymore. That kind of thing. Hello, Erin. Hello, Gary. Hello, Crom. How are you doing? I'm doing well. It's Friday. I might have to get into some trouble today. I don't know what kind, but I'll look it up. We'll see. What do I want? We're gonna go with the Prisma Visions. Let's see what else we have. And Erin, I'm curious, if you're saying high breathers, does that mean that you do not require air or oxygen to live? Are you a non-breather? Or are you a mouth breather? Oh, is that the difference? We're all regular breathers and you're a mouth breather? Sorry. I'm a little sassy. We got the Devil and the Page of Wands. I do really love this depiction of the devil. And some of you out there are like, but Carmen, there's no devil. It's just like a bunch of trees. And I like that because I think too often we ascribe negative attributes to what's the right word? Archetypes. How can I express this? Sometimes the devil energy is undetectable or wears a mask. It could be someone with a syrupy, sweet voice who tells you everything that you want to hear, but it's really the devil, right? So if we're just out here expecting the evil of the world to have horns, we're going to be disappointed. I think this devil card stresses that sometimes the most beautiful or non-threatening things are aligned with that energy, right? Oh, come on, Erin. Number one, we got to make sure we're spelling things right if we want to be taken seriously, right? And number two, just call me Carmen. Yes, thank you for liking. I appreciate that. I'm sorry, guys. I do really like to make fun of people who don't spell things right. It's probably not my best characteristic. Oh, I love this tarot deck. It's just so beautiful. Now we have the Death card, and it's a flower with a skeleton hand. I love it. Hello, Priyanka. Let me add that for you. I hope you're having a lovely day. Two choices for work types in Melbourne. Independent or full-time? Which one do I choose? For work-life balance, health and peace at home, for kids and myself. Awesome. I've added that for you, Priyanka, and thank you for the tip. What's the goal here, Koto? I don't really like your question. What are we trying to accomplish here? No? Koto, I'm just gonna let you know that the last couple of days I've been on one, okay? I've had some inappropriate comments and lost my patience with people. So I already ignored the first time that you said that, and you're on thin ice now. So it's just, why are you throwing in the word beast? It's all weird to me. Koto, I imagine at some point you would like to be able to compliment people and then engage in some sort of relationship with them. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's the wrong approach. Okay. And I wish you luck. I'm sure you can figure it out, but figure it out soon. Remember I said I know that there's a woman in this reading? That does probably make it a little bit more of a specific reading. This Empress is the person who is figuring things out. They can see where this goes. And it's interesting because for no reason whatsoever, this morning I woke up and on YouTube there was a video that showed the scene from Game of Thrones where Sansa Stark is accusing Littlefinger, Lord Baelish. It's like a masterclass in laying it down. Like, do you deny it? You are awful. You threw Lysa down the moon hole, whatever it was. Like it was one of the best scenes in that show, arguably, because it shows Sansa standing on business after she had been pushed around a lot, right? I think we have someone here who has been basically like not taken seriously, either due to age or gender, maybe even, beyond that. But this person is very aware and observant. They can see what's really going on. And I feel like it's angering whoever's trying to pull off this little manipulation. There's that High Priestess card. High Priestess in the reverse and the Eight of Chalices in the reverse. Part of the reason, I'm sorry if this is a spoiler for anyone, but like Game of Thrones happened so long ago, I only feel like a little bit bad about it. But let's just be so real right now. When you finally get done with dealing with people's BS or believing the lies, then there's this like almost like quiet confidence, right? The way that Sansa handled that conversation was amazing. And it was a return of her personal power. So we have someone here who is, I think, more powerful than people around them understand and therefore quite underestimated. And they have information or they know, they're like witnessing what's going on and they're going to tell what they know. At the beginning, we were talking about Sean from Psych. So I do think that there's going to be some sort of involvement with law enforcement because he did work with them. Judgment in the reverse and the Fool. So initially there's someone here who says, I don't think I believe you, or that doesn't seem to be an actual issue, or there's no way those things could be related, or of course I have to trust Lord Baelish. He is my protector. Nope, just kidding. I don't believe that anymore. So there's a change in perception here, right? Hello, Ralph. How are you doing? I don't think you're alone in that lemonade. And the evidence I would point to is how many people have named their daughter Aria. Hello, Ty. How are you doing? Hello, Chaos. Hello, Sarkia. Hello, Masik. What's going on? Happy Friday. So, I'm not going to believe you initially. I don't take you serious because I don't think you have access to information. But as time passes and a few other details come in, it's like, wow, actually, maybe that person does know what they're talking about and I should take them seriously. Yes, it is still the general. Chaos, if you're trying to hijack my live chat to try to show that, like, I'm the coolest person, I'm not here for it. Because by saying from a real chosen one, you're insulting people that are here. So you can be respectful or you can get out. Cool. We've got Knight of Pentacles and Page of Swords in the reverse and the Gift in the reverse. People deny that this, I feel like it's a woman, knows what they say. There's no way that that's true. You've got your facts wrong. No one believes you. Just give it a matter of time and you'll see that you're wrong. But they end up realizing that they should have paid closer attention to what this high priestess was saying, that they do in fact have a grasp on what's going on and also a little bit like what's about to happen, right? No thanks, Chaos. We're doing stuff here. If you want to like lead your own little channel, go ahead, do it. That's cool. But I'm not here for that. So keep it moving. Hello, Dan. How are you doing? Or as Lemonade likes to say, thanks for stopping by. Two of chalices, two of cups in the reverse, four of wands, and the queen of swords in the reverse. So initially, I don't believe you. I don't think you know what you're talking about. You think that these two people are going to have a falling out, they're going to get divorced, or these two, maybe this company is going to split in two, but I don't believe you. Then all of a sudden, things start happening the way that they like predicted. It's like, hey, I know I said you were a liar and stupid and didn't know what you were talking about, but oh my gosh, it turns out that you are a real chosen one. And you were right about this thing, so now I need to like hear from you again. What were you predicting? Because I take you seriously now. Is it too late? It might be too late. But there's definitely like a, you're weird, I'm not going to listen to you, I don't think you know what you're talking about, there's no way that's going to happen, and then they get proven wrong. Okay, so you didn't think that that could ever happen. You thought that those two people would always be married, or you thought that those two people would always be on good terms. You thought that those companies would always be working together, whatever it is. Nope. Now we're realizing at a specific date, okay, I thought that that would always be the case, but in fact, it is not. Flew too close to the sun. Hello, Jonathan. How are you doing? Ralph. I kind of like that you spell your name weird, but let's not actually be weird and creepy. I like weird. But when you're going into like, I'm flying through your soul. That ain't it, bro. That is not it. You were here for the thin ice morning, right? I'm getting sick of it, you guys, but like I will keep the mallet with me. And I have some awesome moderators, but like let's be cool, shall we? Hello, Samuel. How are you doing? Hey, Dan. Hello, Matt. Yeah, I mean, I like regular weird, but if we're just like trying to make people feel uncomfortable, like, why is that your goal? Just curious, you know? Dan, I do personal questions at the end of the general reading, which will be in less than 10 minutes, with priority to those who tip or donate. And you can also donate a membership. Otherwise, I do like long form private readings if you don't want people to hear what your business is. And you can email me about that. That email address is in my description box. I believe right at the top. Thank you, Hooks. I appreciate it. Nathan, can you do me a favor and just say Carmen? Can you just say Carmen? Like, I like that you all want to be complimentary, but I feel like this week has been a grind. Y'all have been patient with me, and I appreciate that, but I gotta admit, my nerves, they're a little bit worn out. I'm sick of saying the same things. So, Nathan, just call me Carmen, please, okay? Don't call me late for dinner. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so I don't like this because this is the outcome that was predicted by the High Priestess, and it's a loss. It's a setback. Five of Pentacles. I mean, we literally have people standing in the cold, and we're talking about power supply. So do we have people who don't have access to electricity? Do we have people who are in the cold, stuck, not able to deal with that because of issues that, like, look, you guys, there were issues in Tennessee earlier this year with a pretty significant snowstorm that left Nashville reeling for, I think, over a week. They didn't have power, and there were trees that were exploding, literally exploding from the ice. Lots of issues. And then apparently the electric company refused to pay for contractors to fix that problem because they were cheap. I'm not going to call out the specific business, but y'all suck for doing that. That's rude. Those people were paying you money for that stuff. Anyways, if you had told that company what was going to happen beforehand, they probably would not have taken you seriously, or they probably would have been like, we're going to risk it anyways. We're going to do the same thing, right? Sometimes people just don't want bad news, so they criticize the messenger. Oh, that can't possibly be true. Of course that person has a crush on me. Have you seen me? Like, no, don't be delusional. Maybe you're not their type. Maybe they aren't interested in anybody. There's something here where it's a little bit of pride and a little bit of like, oh, that's never happened before, so I'm not going to take it seriously. But the truth is given to them in enough time to be able to deal with it. They have to take it seriously, or they're going to end up with that Five of Pentacles outcome. Thank you, Sarkab. Let me add that for you. Is are thinking about me. Thank you. Ooh, I want to see what this deleted message is. Hello, Constantine. How are you doing? So Mosaic, I would say I tend to limit things. Like, I don't want to be involved in your gambling. I don't want to be involved in health stuff, and I don't want any political questions. Those are generally what I would say I would identify as avoiding, but I really just want to be of assistance. You know what I mean? Thank you, Tiana. You're funny, Constantine. All right, so Really though, to all of you who have not said anything offensive that have to continually listen to me deal with it, thank you for your patience. I'm sorry. I try to make sure that there's enough like Carmen story time or like worthwhile messages to offset that. I really do. Maybe I should just do like a random Carmen story time to make up for it. Two of Swords. Well, I did do one earlier this week about falling on my butt, so that works, right? Two of Swords, the Lovers in the reverse, and the Ace of Cups. I think we have abandonment. I'm supposed to have your back. I'm supposed to be there for you. And instead, I run off. Instead, I just leave. If you were faced with a natural catastrophe, some sort of storm rolling through, and you're, I don't know, in a restaurant with a close friend or the person that you're dating, and things start getting crazy outside, and that person just took off and left you behind, you'd be a little offended, right? That's the energy here. It's like, I thought we were friends, or I thought we were like there for each other, but instead, Lovers in the reverse, you made the wrong choice. You were like, oh, I'm going to save myself, and you're on your own. So people are getting a little bit touchy, a little bit nervous, because I didn't believe that things were going to get crazy, but now they clearly are. So we've got Ten of Swords, Hanged Man in the reverse. I told you this was going to happen. I told you they would betray you. I told you they were just looking out for themselves. You didn't believe the High Priestess, so now you're at a situation where you're SOL. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, Ten of Swords. That is not a good look. That's like, I'm stranded. I don't have money, and I don't know how I'm going to get home. Thanks, Tiana. I hope that went well for you, Jonathan. Six of Wands and Seven of Wands. I like that it's consecutive. So one person believes the High Priestess and one person doesn't. And I feel like the person who did not believe the High Priestess now is angry at the person who did believe them. It's like, well, why didn't you like do everything for me? Why didn't you tell me I was wrong? You have your own choices. You have your own free will. I don't know, man. I think we have some anxiety and frustration and a desire to blame someone else for their own choices. No, you didn't listen to the warning. You didn't heed the warning. You didn't want to believe that this was something that could actually happen, or you just like didn't take it seriously because you were too busy, I don't know, partying or washing your hair or playing Fortnite. So one person gets out, doesn't have any issues or has minimized impact, and the other person who was a little bit too like, I'm fine, nothing to worry about. They're jealous because they're seeing that they should have been more, that they should have listened, that they maybe should have walked away. This could also be kind of aligned to people who get the direction to vacate or evacuate a city or a state because of a major storm. And there's always people who are like, nope, I'm sticking through it. I'm not going to leave. I'm going to stay right here. Even if they get very clear messaging that it's going to be a very bad storm and you may not survive it. There are always people who linger, right? Lingerers. And the lingerer in this story is like, why didn't you just like kidnap me or something and make me leave? Well, because you needed to make your own decision. So there is a warning, and hopefully there are more people that pay attention to it, or hopefully this individual actually does listen to it if they get this warning. But there's a storm coming. And the High Priestess predicts it. But people don't want to believe it. It's like if you spent months planning a wedding and you're very excited to finally get married on the beach, but someone told you that it was going to, like 2 days before, there was going to be a hurricane and you have to cancel everything. Some bridezillas be out here like, I'm still gonna do it. I don't care. But this high priestess is like, no, no, no. I don't think you understand. It's not like a little bit of rain. You're wearing white too. Like, I don't know if you want to be in the rain with that. It's a hurricane, so you're going to need to like completely change. I don't even want to think about how many people have been yelled at by a bridezilla who's like, oh my God, son, you can't make me. So we've got this interlude. There is a moment where this person can like have a reality check and be like, okay, maybe I need to stop thinking only about myself and realize that this might actually be a problem and I might actually have to take some sort of action here. And I'm sorry, guys, I just realized that we're 35 minutes in. That's my bad. But it's also a little bit dark in here. So we're going to switch over to those personal questions after I get just a couple more from this. Hey, Rachel, how you doing today? Happy Friday. Did I miss anyone? I don't think so. Yep. It doesn't have to be a bridezilla. That's just the easiest example. All right. What else do we have? Yeah. See, I think there is, for some of you, this could be saying that the warning is ignored because the source is not respected by one of these individuals. Like, let's say you're, I don't know, hanging out and your ex-wife or ex-husband or ex-best friend calls you up to deliver this morning and they're like, hey, I'm a little bit worried about you. You might want to like get out and get to like higher ground or something. It could be the source is the problem, right? Like, well, I never liked you, so I'm not going to listen to your warning because we have some sort of falling out here, right? But the information is true and the information is encouraging an escape. I do also feel like there's some financial issues here that could be impacting it, but it's a close person or someone who has maybe even like a contract with this. It's like, I don't know. I don't want to listen. It can't be true. I don't want to believe that bad news. Well, then there are consequences. All right. Let's go with the Egyptian tarot and let me write down Billy's question real quick. Hello, Con. How are you doing? Hello, Janice. And Billy, thank you for the tip. What is my soulmate planning? I think you said A? Yeah. We both have no contact. Any message? I've added that for you. Thank you, Billy. And we've got Priyanka up first, and then Sakyab, and then Billy. Hello, Martua. How are you doing? Have a good day, Tiana. Chicken's little out here spread truth. That's funny. So Priyanka would like to get some additional info on these two choices. With regards to work-life balance, would the independent option be better than the full-time? No. So with regards to work-life balance, Priyanka, the full-time, oddly enough, would be better. Maybe because it's a more predictable amount of time each week. And what about with regards to health and peace? Is it best to go with, for Priyanka, the independent? Yes. So they each have a point. So you might feel like you have better health benefits, or you might, well, that might not apply to you. You might feel like the environment is better. You might feel like you have at least like, I don't know, better coworkers, or you get along with the boss a little bit better. Yeah, I feel like with the full-time job option for the health and peace, there is like a sense of not really getting along with people or feeling a little bit like I don't feel connected. There's some disjointedness or separation. And if they were working cohesively, it would be better, right? What else does Priyanka need to know about these two choices? I do believe the money would be better for the full-time. And there could be some issues with communication or like resources, like access to information with the independent job. With the full-time option, I do feel like there could be some funding or management of money issues. And I don't feel like they want anybody to know that, so they do everything they can to hide that. So there could be even like down the line some issues in terms of paying people on time or paying people what they actually owe them. So I hope that's helpful for you, Priyanka, and I wish you luck. Hello, Cyber Johnny. How are you doing? All right, so next we've got Sarkab, and let's get a tarot deck for Sarkab. We'll go with the Crow Tarot. What is our thinking about Sarkab? Six of Cups, Page of Pentacles in the reverse, the Lovers in the reverse, Hierophant in the reverse, and the Tower in the reverse. Wow, okay. So there's fond memories or like a smile on this person's face when they think about you, but it's mixed with some sadness because it does feel like they're looking at the situation as I don't really have an opportunity or I don't know how I could make it work to invest any more in this. Just doesn't seem like I can make this work. Whether it's, I don't know how to work with you or I don't know how to be your friend or I don't know how to date you. This is like, I feel like I care or respect who you are, but I just don't know how to navigate the path forward. So is this someone who feels like there'll always be no contact? This is someone who feels like communication is only going to lead to disappointment, even if there is this inability to forget you. And even if they do look at this as like a loss or a setback, or I wish things had gone differently, they feel like there's no options here. So even though I value you or I see you as someone who was really important to me, I don't know how to navigate reconciliation. Will they change their mind? No. Page of Cups in the reverse. This is someone who feels like that ship has sailed or there's no way to make things better. And I wish you luck, Sarkab. There's other folks out there who may be a little bit more capable of empowering themselves to make changes, right? All right, so what do we have for Billy? We've got, what is my soulmate A planning? I feel like there's generating of messages or, I want to find a way to talk to you, but then I don't. With the Devil and the Page of Wands, it's like I'm obsessing over communication or what I would say to you if I saw you, maybe even typing things up and then deleting it or writing out a letter and then like tossing it in the garbage, right? because it would be nice to have some sort of reconciliation or nice to have a new chapter, but I don't know how to change your mind, or I don't know how to see things differently. So there's a resistance despite there being a little bit of obsessive energy here. Thank you, Martua. To invest in being with N. I got that added for you, Martua. All right, what else with regards to A? Yeah, so this is like indecisive energy, back and forth. I'm obsessive, thinking about questions or comments or, what are my chances of making things the way I want them to, right? Or going back to what it was. And I do feel like there's a sense of empowerment here. So does this mean that there's going to be forward movement? There's fear of rejection or things going wrong. So again, it's like back and forth. 1 minute I'm thinking I need to do this and fix everything and get us back to where we want to be. And then the next minute I'm like, but it's like so much work. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know. Gosh, I don't even get paid for that. Can you write my letter for me? Okay, I'll stop. Sorry, it's just too much fun. So, 8 of Cups in the reverse, 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. A is planning a conversation or planning communications, but struggling to actually send. So the issue is, can I get past this insecurity or this, I don't know if I should do anything and actually hit send, or am I just going to be ideating and coming up with a good letter and then abandoning ship, This is advising you to have patience, focus on other things, because you might actually be contributing a little bit. The energy that you are sending to A is nervous energy. Stop it. You're making it more difficult for this person to message you because you are obsessing about it and nervous about it. Focus on other things. That will give this person a little bit more chance to get that message to you. So I know you could do that. Let's see. That would be fun. You're welcome. All right, let's see what we've got for Martua. It's been a while, so I'm going to use this tiny tarot deck. This is the Everyday Witch. Let's see. Is it a good idea to invest in this thing with N? Is it a good thing for Martua to invest in this thing with N? Yes, Ace of Wands, which is literally the card that I would want to see for this, because this is like a good opportunity or a good idea. And then we've got the High Priestess. And the Tower. I think this is a good tower. I think this is saying there's something here that anticipates a trend or is ahead of its time, or this is a good idea. It is. So I think there's going to be others that buy in. It changes something. I'm trying to think of a good way to, like an analogy for this. But yes, it's a good thing. There are some potential problems here. Notice that we've got the money bag right here, right? So yes, this is a good idea, but it's important to be very communicative with regards to expectations. In other words, if you owned your own house and someone was talking to you about renting a room for you or from you, you would put together a lease, right? Because you want to have things stipulated and called out. Here's what's allowed, here's what's due, here's what you get for that monthly payment. This is one of those things where it's like there's a temptation when you do this at some point to not document something. And what you need to do is be a stickler about documentation. Everything needs to be called out, everything needs to be specific because there's something down the line here that could be problematic if there's any kind of question mark, right? So make sure the legal documentation is perfect. All right, I'm gonna leave it there because my stomach is growling. I love you all. Thank you for the likes, thank you for the subscribes, and thank you for hyping if you're able to. I'll see you on the next reading. Toodles.